Welcome, bats and ghouls. We want to start by wishing you all a happy Halloween from everyone here at the Haunted Hangout. We have some seriously spooky treats in store for you this evening. So sit back, unwrap your candy, get cozy in your caskets, and without further ado, your hosts this Hallows Eve, Slick Strangest and Madeline Morbid.
Welcome to RSLVR.
Rockin' Shockin' Las Vegas Radio.
Happy Halloween, Hepcats. There happen to be some spooky joints around town that are extra hoppin' on a night like this. Maybe not as hoppin' as the Haunted Hangout here, but they are a close second.
That's right, bats and ghouls. In fact, a haunted house is the place to be on All Hallows Eve.
It sure is. And we've got an equally hoppin' tune that talks all about them and the crazy things you can find inside.
Here's our resident horror band, the Beach Bones, with the cover of Haunted House, written by Bob Geddens and originally performed by Johnny Fuller.
I just moved in my new house today. Moving was hard, but I got squared away. Bells started ringing and trains rattled loud. I knew I'd moved in a haunted house. Still I made up my mind to stay. Nothing was gonna drive me away. When I seen something gave me the creeps. And one big eye and two big feet. I stood right there and I did the freeze. He did the stroll right up to me. Made a noise with his foot that sounds like a drum. You say you'll be here when the morning comes. Say yes, I'll be here when the morning comes. I'll be right here and I ain't gonna run. This house, now I'm the boss. Ain't no hands gonna run me home. My stove was a blazing hot. The coffee was a boiling in the pot. Grease was melted in my pan. Had a hunk of meat in my hand. From outer space there sat a man on the hot stove with the pots and pans. Say that's hot, I began to shout. He drank the hot coffee right from the spout. Ate the raw meat right from my hand. Drank the hot grease from the frying pan. It said to me, now you better run. And don't you be here when the morning comes. Yes, I'll be here when the morning comes. I'll be right here, now I ain't gonna run. I bought this house, now I'm the boss. I ain't no hands gonna run me home. I ain't no hands gonna run me home. Oh no.
Haunted House was written by Bob Geddens and originally performed by Johnny Fuller. The song was covered in 1964 by Jumpin' Gene Simmons, who was on the Sun Records label with Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, and Jerry Lee Lewis, who'd go on to cover this song and release it 50 years ago today on October 31st, 1973.
Another popular and well-known cover was by Sam Sham and the Pharaohs, which was released the same year as Simmons' version in 1964.
Well, cats, what's your favorite version of Haunted House? We want to hear about it in the comments below.
Whoa! Hey there, kids. Slow down, and before you take candy this Halloween, always remember, death. Don't eat anything healthy. It's important to be grateful for whatever you get, but you also need to be mindful not to be eating anything healthy on Halloween. Here is a comprehensive chart to remind you of the square foods you shouldn't eat and the treats that are sweet enough for Hallows' Eve. Vegetables. These are considered extremely healthy and should be avoided at all costs on Halloween. Candy. These are optimal treats you should do everything in your power to ingest. Fruits and nuts. These are secondhand treats that may contain sufficient levels of sugar. They are good, but not great. Do yourself a favor now, and remember this chart when you're trick-or-treating this year. If you do, you can be sure not to eat any square treats so that you have a wonderful Halloween.
Howdy, Hepcats! Hope your popcorn's hot and that you're ready to watch some horrific movies with us.
Oh, spooks. Looks like Dr. Frankenstein's using up all the electricity in the building again.
I don't know if we can watch like this. I mean, I can't even tell what movies are on.
It seems like the channel is changing every 30 seconds. See if you can help us figure out what we're watching before the movie cuts out.
Well, did you get that one, cats? It was Plan 9 from Outer Space, starring Bela Lugosi, Vampira, and Tor Johnson. This was Bela Lugosi's last movie, released 3 years after his death by friend Ed Wood Jr., using footage of Lugosi he'd shot for a different project he was planning to make before the actor's passing.
That's right, Howlers. It's The Wolfman from 1941, starring Lon Chaney Jr. and Claude Rains. Did you know that the wolf Lon Chaney wrestles with in the movie was his own dog, Moose? The two worked together in many films, and if Moose wasn't on the silver screen with his pal, he was always working by his side on set.
Stop where you are. You don't know what you're doing.
I know what I'm doing, all right. Come on.
Get hold of him.
Lock him up.
All right, you fools. You've brought it on yourselves. Everything would have come right if you'd only left me alone. You've driven me near madness with your peering through the keyholes and gaping through the curtains. And now you'll suffer for it. You're crazy to know who I am, aren't you? All right, I'll show you. There's a souvenir for you.
Well, how about that one, Hepcats? It was The Invisible Man, directed by James Whale and starring Claude Rains. Claude Rains was a down-and-out theater actor, considering walking away from acting, until director James Whale found an old screen test he had done and fought Universal Studios to get the no-named actor at the time his first leading role, and his second film appearance ever. A young John Carradine can be seen playing an informer over a decade before starring himself as the title role in The Invisible Man's Revenge and as Dracula in House of Frankenstein, both released by Universal Studios in 1944.
This is Francois Delarme speaking. Helene? Oh, how are you, Helene, dear? What can I do for you?
Francois, I've killed Andre. I need your help.
Oh, now look, Helene, it's past midnight. I've had a hard day. I love you both dearly, but this sort of a joke.
It's true. I've killed Andre.
You killed, but...
Please help me. Call the police and come quickly.
You got it. It was The Fly from 1958, starring Vincent Price and Patricia Owens. Patricia Owens had a real fear of insects, so the director Kurt Newman purposefully didn't expose her to the fly makeup until the famous unmasking scene. Thanks to Newman's superb directing skills, Miss Owens' reaction is far from fake, which helps convey just how creepy a half-man, half-insect creature can be.
Were you able to get that one, cats? It was The Phantom of the Opera starring Lon Chaney Sr. There were 3 completely different versions of The Phantom of the Opera, shot with the same cast by different directors due to on-set disagreements and poor audience tests. One version was a comedy, the other a drama, but the horror movie we've all come to know today was pieced together largely from the first version and parts added later.
That's right. It's Night of the Living Dead, directed by George Romero and starring Dwayne Jones and Judith O'Dea. Did you know Dwayne Jones rewrote a good portion of his dialogue for the movie? The character Ben was originally written as rude and lowbrow, but Jones felt the character should be a little bit more rational and reasonable. Miss Morbid speaking. Oh, that's horrific news, darling. Thank you. Looks like the results to this year's Halloween costume contest are in.
That is horrific news. Let's hop on over to our live feed so we can interview our wicked winner. Howlin' Wolf? You know we banned you from our costume contests after that stunt you pulled last year. But it is good.
Oh, you devilish dog. You do look scary cute in that outfit, though. So I suppose we'll let it slide this year.
Let's give it up for this hairy Hesperosaurus, Howlin' Wolf. Happy Halloween, Hepcats! Thanks for joining us on such a special occasion.
And thank you for hanging with us this past year here at the Haunted Hangout.
It has been a wonderful year with all you hangers. And remember, Even if you're not watching this on Hallows Eve, every day here at the Haunted Hangout is Halloween, so you know where to come for fear 365 days a year.
We hope you got some terrifying tricks and some tasty treats this evening.
Don't forget to check out our spooky shop over at thehauntedhangout.com and subscribe here in order to stay hep on all of our gruesome going-ons.
And remember, Hepcats, to stay ever so spooky.
Don't be a square, share a scare, because the Haunted Hang just can't be lame. Good night, bats and ghouls.